Settle in. Get comfortable. Let everything from today fall away, like leaves dropping from a branch. Slowly, quietly, one by one. Tonight I want to tell you about a man named Henry and the walk he takes every evening through the woods behind his house. Henry's not a young man. His hands are rough and his knees ache when it rains. And his hair turned silver years ago in a way that made his daughter say he looked like a fox himself. He lives at the edge of a forest in a small house with a green door. And every night, just after dark, he lights a lantern and steps outside. The path starts at the back gate. It's not a real path, just a line worn into the earth over years of walking the same way, night after night. The grass has learned to part for him. The roots have settled flat where his boots fall. Even the ground knows him here. The lantern swings gently as he walks. It throws a small circle of amber light onto the dirt, the ferns, the moss that covers everything this deep in the woods. The moss grows on every surface, the stones, the fallen logs, the north side of every tree, in shades of green so deep they're almost black in the dark. But in the lantern light, they glow, soft, rich, alive. The air tonight is cool and damp. There was rain this afternoon, and the forest is still holding on to it. Every leaf carries a drop. Every branch drips softly onto the ones below. The sound is everywhere and nowhere. A gentle ticking that fills the space between the trees, the way silence fills a room. Henry breathes it in. The forest after rain smells like the earth, remembering itself. Dark soil and wet bark, and the faint sweetness of something blooming in the understory. Honeysuckle, maybe, or wild mint growing near the water. The creek appears before he sees it. He hears it first. A low, steady murmur. Water finding its way over stones in the dark. The path curves down a gentle slope, and there it is. No wider than a doorway, running clear and cold over rounded pebbles that have been tumbling downstream since before Henry was born. He crosses on the flat stones he placed there years ago, 3 of them, spaced just right for his stride. He pauses on the middle stone, the way he always does, and listens. The creek has a voice. Not words, just a tone, a hum that moves through the stone and into his boots and up through his legs. Standing here, he feels like part of the current, unhurried, steady, going somewhere without rushing to arrive. On the far bank, the oaks give way to birches, pale, slender, their bark peeling in thin curls that catch the lantern light like paper scrolls. The ground is softer here, covered in years of fallen leaves, compressed into a sponge that gives beneath his weight without a sound. And there, at the base of a birch that leans toward the creek, is the den. He found it 3 springs ago. A small opening between the roots, half hidden by fern fronds. He'd almost walked past when he saw the eyes. 2 bright points of amber, low to the ground. A vixen, red-furred and calm, deciding whether he was worth worrying about. She decided he wasn't. She blinked and pulled back into the dark, and Henry stood very still for a long time, feeling something he hadn't felt in years. Chosen, trusted by a wild thing. She comes back every spring. Every year, new cubs. Tonight, there are 4. Henry dims the lantern to almost nothing and sits on a fallen log 10 paces from the entrance. After a few minutes, they appear. The vixen first, nose testing the air. Then the cubs, tumbling out in a loose pile of red fur and oversized ears. 8 weeks old, still clumsy. One pounces on a leaf and misses. Another chews a stick twice its size. growling softly at nothing. Henry watches. The lantern flickers beside him, low and warm. This is what he tells his daughter each morning. Not in dramatic terms, just the small things. The way one cub is bolder than the others. The way the vixen carries food back and drops it in the middle of them. Patient and still while they figure it out. The way the forest closes around this one small scene, like a cupped hand holding something precious. His daughter asks why he goes every night. He says it's for the foxes. But the whole truth is that the walk empties him. Every step between the back gate and the den lets something fall away. By the time he reaches the creek, he's lighter. By the time he sits on the log, he's almost weightless. The cubs play. The vixen rests. The creek murmurs. The lantern dims. Henry closes his eyes. The forest holds all of them. The man, the foxes, the creek on its endless path. It holds them the way night holds everything. Gently, without asking anything in return. For now, there's only this. The cool air. The soft earth. The sound of water. The warmth of a lantern burning low. For now, there's only rest.